Hello Virgo and welcome to Truth Seeker Psychic Readings, reminding you of who you really are. Today we're going to look at the month of November 2020 and let's have a look. Virgo, your theme for the month is the Death card in reverse. Do not fear this, okay? Embrace it. That's what I say. Now, death is about rebirth. And when we look at this card, I'm always drawn to the beautiful white rose in the middle, okay? You cannot look past that because whatever you let go of in life, there comes growth, there comes change, there comes something beautiful, yeah? So death is about letting go, basically. Don't take this card literally, all right? It just means that there is a need for you to recognize that something in your life is changing, and the only way for you to break through that is to let go and move on, all right? Now, it can mean many things depending on your life situation, but often in order for us to reset and look at life a little bit differently and maybe be pushed in a better direction, we have to embrace the fact that change is inevitable and it's a part of life. And in order for it to make it easier for us, we need to not resist the change, okay? So just remember that letting go this month is the theme. Letting go is, well, if you're ever struggling with something and you feel like you've been trying too hard and nothing's working, just let go, yeah? Move on, make a change, look at life differently, start to see what else you can do and how else you can handle things, all right? So being in reverse, it's not easy. That's why I'm trying to get you to see it from a different point of view, because it's not like you can see the good in it. It's yours. You're sort of being drawn towards looking at holding on too much, you know, and when you're needing to just let go, yeah, and don't have fear, you know, because there's good things coming. Now, if we look at the cards that follow, very colorful, I might add, and the first one that comes up has a lot of blue, all right? Now, blue for me is about communication. It's directed towards the throat chakra, and it's about how you communicate. So when it comes to change, make sure that you're communicating. Make sure that you're not getting stuck because you are feeling a certain way. So if the mixing of cups and water is all about your emotions, all right? And energies are changing this month, okay? And when things around you and your environment change, and especially when it's trying to get you out of a situation, you need to change as well. Also look after your emotions, okay? Because this person is managing with water their emotions, okay? They're mixing and changing energies, all right? And what this is saying to you is that look after your emotional well-being. Don't get dragged down into some sort of depressive state. Don't become too involved with the mind. Get in touch with how you feel. Trust how you feel. Trust the process, because what you have here is a path, all right? And the pathway is leading to light, okay? You're illuminated by the light, you're protected by an angel, okay? And essentially you are on a journey, and the journey is long, okay? The mountains are quite far in the background, okay? Which means that whatever it is that you're working towards, just make sure that you're taking it a day at a time, and you will get results over time in future, okay? But it's important to persevere and to understand that it's a long journey and that you're not supposed to get too emotional or too worked up, okay, or too stressed about the changes that happen along the way. You know, we can't always be in control. We have to allow the path to take us where it takes us. You know, have a clear direction about where you want to go and how you want to get there, but know that by having expectations, and that's what leads us to this middle card, it can be a little bit dangerous, all right? Because Nine of Wands is about, I feel, in this spread, expectations. You see, the Nine of Wands is not patient, and they want results now, and they're waiting, and they're wanting something to happen, but they're like, oh, you know, he's looking right at the emotions. So the frustration comes up here. There's a little bit of anger, there's a little bit of like worry, and I feel like that has to be let go of with the theme. It has to be. You can't hold on to an idea that it's gonna work exactly the way that you think it will. All right, life takes you where it takes you, and you're still gonna get there at the end of the day, Virgo. You're a great planner, you're very organized, okay, but you need to know that it takes time to reach goals, and sometimes if plans don't go exactly the way you want, that's okay. All right, that's the big message this month. Things won't always go the way you want them to, the way you've planned it. And I know you appreciate the structure and planning in what you do, but just learn to be a little bit more flexible, okay? Because if you can do that, you won't get so frustrated and so tied to an outcome. Okay, now I'll quickly talk about this outcome. This outcome that you've got in your mind that you're fixated on is not everything in the world. Okay, your happiness, your well-being, where you are in the moment is more important. But if you're projecting something that is going to change your life, and if you don't get that, you become upset and frustrated. That is the problem. The key is letting go and going with the flow. So I've talked about that enough, guys. We're going to move forward and we're going to look at the Page of Swords here, because he asks us to move forward and not to get stuck in the past. This guy keeps looking back. He's looking at the pain that comes out of change, and he's looking at the resistance, and he's saying, I don't like this, I want it to go my way. It's not making me feel good. It's so far away. Why does it need to be that way? The page is different, okay? So once you change your perspective, what this is telling us is to look in a different direction. Don't focus on the negative aspects of change, and don't focus on the negative emotions that come out of them. Let them flow through you, and ask yourself why you're feeling that way. But look to the future. And have a beginner's mind, okay, and have a youthful outlook, because the page is young and vibrant. Look at the way he's carrying his sword, and he's very determined to learn something, out of this. That is the mindset you need to have, okay? So when things change, when your environment changes, you need to learn and adapt. And the page adapts very well. He's got an open mind. In fact, the hat that he wears looks to me like an envelope, which is saying that there is information coming in, new information that he can learn from. And the sword represents your intellect and your mind, which, Virgo, you have a great one, okay? But you need to nurture it, and you need to keep your thoughts positive, and you need to look to the future and focus on where you are and where you're going, okay? And no matter what happens around you, you can't let your outer world affect your inner world, yeah? Because the moon is all about your inner world. And what the moon does is it asks us to reflect on those feelings and those emotions that have been pulling on us, okay? So this month, it's going to be a specific change, okay? A specific thing that needs to come to an end, that needs to be let go of. And that's where all the emotions come in. But I would be, journaling, reflecting, taking some time out in nature, getting out of the hustle and bustle of this central idea, this idea that you have to have it now, and that, you're not going to be able to get what you want unless it's done a specific way. The flexibility, the need for you to look at it from a new perspective, reflecting, is going to help you. And don't suppress your emotions, okay? So, with Page of Swords, he's young and he's still learning, and that's okay. We're always learning. And so the moon in reverse is saying, there might be times of frustration where you build up some angst, but you need to let that out in a healthy way. All right, don't carry it with you. Don't allow the change to be so uncomfortable that you start to feel a little bit strange about it. Just have to accept. That's all, Virgo. So if you can accept that the fact that you can't plan everything and to a fine detail, and that you have to be a little bit flexible, and in getting to where you want to go, there might be changes along the way. Your month is going to go so much easier, and you're going to learn so much, and you're going to get there with more ease. Okay, there's going to be a bit more lightness about you. Just don't resist, guys, because what you resist persists. Okay, have an amazing month. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe, throw me a like, and comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and share this video with your friends if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next reading.